Continuing on from last episode, which you missed. Why did you miss that last episode? It was a good episode. There was all kinds of fighting. No, there wasn't. We have things to do here. Trying to tell the story of the Mystery Men movie and how it went wrong in so many ways and it made it so right, but then it just wasn't appreciated because of its own difficulties. And now All Star has been stolen from it by Shrek. Yeah, that's the kind of thing to tick a guy off. I mean, it just does. And so everybody says, "Oh yeah, we love Shrek because of that All Star song." Smash Mouth, if I remember correctly, had been complaining that they were going to make all this great music, and they wanted to be thought of like the new Beatles or something. That's what I read. And what happened? They were not. Something happened. The label did something else, didn't promote their material or something. I forgot what it was. And they complained. They just about broke up. I don't know if they did break up. I don't know much about that group. Not a fan of it. They have like one other song that I like. All right, so what are we up to? 3, 4. Well, we've done the next floor one. So what we should do now is we should drop these off. Oh, I had 40 of them. No wonder I should hold off on doing these as well. We got sand somewhere, don't we? Well, not here. We got sand back there. All right. Second floor. So anyway, about the Mystery Men movie, it turns out that they were going to put Flaming Carrot in the movie. And Hollywood said, no, he's too weird. Thus completely ruining the movie. Now watch, it's going to turn out. I'm going to watch some making of about Pleasantville or something, and they're going to say, "Oh yeah, Pleasantville was based on a blah blah blah, and you didn't know it. And they'd originally intended to do such and such, but they didn't do blah blah blah. And the guy who plays Spider-Man is in it, and oh yeah, and Jane Kashmerick is in it, I think. I might be getting her mixed up with the other one. Just don't ask me to spell her name. I can't spell it. I can spell Bill Sienkiewicz, but that's because I'm a comic crazy. Of course, when you're a comic book aficionado, they like that you can pronounce Sienkiewicz. They don't care about if you misspell it. Bit of an industry joke was that name. Unfortunate because he's a very individual artist. He's very good in some way. All right, we have done this before, and we're going to do this again. Yeah, it's all got to be done every single time. Every single time. We got to do something. Now, the thing about Pleasantville, the movie, is that I knew the name from somewhere before that, and I thought, what was that name from? And, well, as it happens, there's a comic book with a town called Pleasantville in it. And it was written and drawn by John Byrne. But I'm always confusing Pleasantville with about two other two other places he came up with, so I forgot which comic it was. Was it West Coast Avengers? Was it Fantastic Four? Fantastic Four had a place called Littleville. Very, very much like Pleasantville in its own way, but the story is actually a little bit more like... it's almost like the Truman Show in some ways. Okay, so this is where we're going to do that. Well, everything's lit up here, but we got to light things up down there. This is weird. I might have to cut those so we can get a better view from here. Here's a nice view of the ocean. Or the whatever it is. Channel? Don't change the channel. I like it the way it is. Yeah, so this is going to be a problem here. We can't have this out there like that because that's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We can't move it back any. Can we have this somewhere else? Can we have it going a different direction? No, that's not going to work either. Okay, so this is where it's going to have to be regardless of anything else. Which means this is it, not this, but this. All right. Yeah, all the Littlevilles and the other ones, they all run together after a while. Littleville was the place where Dr. Doom trapped the Fantastic Four. Oh, we gotta be careful with this. Alright, there we go. And they were all trapped in some kind of stasis for a while. And that was fine. And yeah, it was good. A good story for the most part. Now, there was another place, and I forgot which one was Pleasantville. But there were two other places. One, I don't remember the name, but there were two stories. One was the town that was secretly a bunch of people from, what were they, aliens or whatever they were. They'd taken over the bodies of these people who were not dead, but, and the man was calling himself Random. And this was the story where the, what was I saying? This was a story where for whatever reason there weren't very many characters available for this story. There was just Captain America and the She-Hulk were investigating this, and so they decided they called in the Great Lakes Avengers. Which was kind of I'm not going to get into those characters. They'll never appear in a movie. I can almost guarantee that they'll never appear in a movie. So forget it. But that said, there was a really interesting, crazy team with crazy ideas. And if you think the Mystery Men were crazy, then yeah, it kind of fits, really. Alright, so it's actually here and not there. Alright, hold on. But there was another one. Oh boy, it's another issue of the Fantastic Four. But what happened was that there was a woman who was a friend of... I don't remember. She was like former girlfriend of the Torch or something. Something like that. And she had this milk allergy. Sort of like I used to have. Only problem was she was stranded for some reason. She was stuck in this one town, and the town were just a bunch of people who didn't know what was going on. It's like they were being genetically modified people or something, because they had this whole... They didn't have any idea of what was wrong with them. Because the Skrulls did something to them. Did something to their... I'm not remembering this very well. Did them in, anyway. Something to do with milk. Okay, this is going to be... There we go. Something like that, anyway. Anyway, so the point was... The Skrulls were somehow lactating... Oh, yeah, that's right. They were hypnotized into becoming cows. I know, this story gets sillier as it goes on. They were hypnotized into becoming cows. Oh, you can see that from here. I didn't know that. This was way back in, like, their first appearance, is that there were... They still had... So there were 3 cows that were stuck in the Kree-Skrull War. If you don't know what that is, you... Well, I'm not going to talk about that right now. But the point is they did eventually... Yeah, it's dark out. We gotta put lights in here. Yep, that's all wrong. What else happened? I'm not remembering. It's a bit of a mess to get through this right now. I'm trying to get other things done here. Yeah, so the milk from the Skrull cow was affecting her, and it was affecting the other people of the town. So they were acting all funny, and the FF had to come in and save her. What was her name? Julie something or other. She was like a friend of Frankie Ray, who's really the daughter of Professor Horton, the creator of the Human Torch, the original, not the Fantastic Four Human Torch. This is complicated. Anyway, once again, we have to continue next episode because our story is making no sense, and things are in sight, is all I can say. Next time will be the tale that is told, and maybe comes to an end. Bye bye.